This house is fashioned and is modeled after George Washington's Mount Vernon. William Henry Benningham, the man who built this house, visited that house on one of his many trips and fell in love with the architecture of it. So when he had an opportunity to buy this land, this is exactly the castle that he wanted to put that overlooked the city of Boston, because he loved the city of Boston as well. He and his wife, Elizabeth, after the house was completed, moved in, and they lived for several years until Elizabeth passed away. She had lead poisoning, and so he lost Elizabeth 2 days before Thanksgiving in 1914. They moved here. He was from Peoria, Illinois, originally, and he traveled, Mr. Bennion, traveled the world. He was a merchant, and he had a business for wool manufacturing, which made him very wealthy. And also, here's something interesting to keep in mind. What are Ouija boards made out of? Press board. He made press board. So he was wealthy because of that. Over to the side of the house, there's a tree that's been around for a very, very long time. And in 1883, a man by the name of Daniel B. Phillips actually was found hanging in that tree. He had visited Weymouth to visit his brother and his brother's wife, and he went for a walk, but he didn't return in a time fashion that his family thought he should have. So they went out looking for him, and all of his clothes were ripped into shreds, and it was tied around his neck, and he was hanging from the tree. Found it. Does that sound really like a suicide? I don't think so. How are you going to lift yourself up? The tree still exists over to the side of the house today. So Alan Emery purchased this house, and he lived in here in this house with his wife Elsie and 5 or 6 of their children. I think there were 6 originally when we grew up and moved out, and then there was 5 that was left. And it stayed in the Emory family for generations until the last Emory passed away, and that was in 2010, September 22nd, 2010. Now, this room that you're standing in right here is actually Alan Emery and his wife Marion's master bedroom. They were very religious. The Emorys were an evangelistic family, so they had these heavy religious beliefs. One of the main people that they supported with their money that stayed in this house was Billy Graham, the TV evangelist. He had his own bedroom. That's his bathroom right there that he used. And we're going to walk you into that space next.
So I don't know if you all know who Billy Graham is?
Yeah, he does the TV church
Praise
thing,
the
right?
Lord.
Yeah. No, but Billy Graham would come here for retreats. There were retreats here all the time. So you'll see some photos in the hallway of them all sitting outside. But down in the basement, it used to be a finished basement, and they used to have Bible studies down there also. We've had a lot of strange activity in this room, just so you know. Since day one, we've had this has been known to vibrate. It's very heavy. You can't really even move it. But we've actually had more than one investigator have this experience, and they seem to like it when children come through the house. It seems to bring their energy up.
Also, last Saturday, I was standing, I think, right in between where you guys are right there. And there was another investigator with me, a guy, and it was just the 2 of us in the space. And we heard shuffling in that area. We had all the lights down. And I said, there's somebody down there. So we went to look, and we couldn't find anybody. We walked the floor, and we came back in the space. And we started talking about the pandemic and what we should do. Can you give us any advice? And then there was this shuffling sound again and a little noise, and then right there in the doorway is where it sounded like it came from was a man, and he said what we're supposed to do. And I won't tell you what I think he said. I think he said, move. But I think that's what he said, but it was a male voice, and it almost mimicked the sound of what Billy Graham's voice sounded like.
Yeah.
Almost, but that's just, there's no proof of that, really. Also, the books on the table. We've done experiments. We're using a Phasma box device. Then we flip the pages, and girl says, I'm gonna read part of the sentence, I'm gonna stop, can you finish it? So she did that with the red light, and she says, my mother told me to go to, and the woman says, college. And that's exactly the word that was on the page. It's not hooked up, there's nothing on it, but we keep recording the sound of the phone ringing.
Whoa.
And stuff on our audio. It goes through the SB7s, it comes out of Phasma box, it's ring, ring, phone call. You know, they'll say that, you know. But it does,
I wish it would ring.
pay attention to your recordings tonight. This is what we've learned about this room. This room belonged to the man who was in charge of the gardens and the landscape and the grounds, actually. He is the one that's grumpy, and his name is Edward. You see that closet right out there? Right outside that door? Inside that closet is Edwin. Edward, you'll know when he's grumpy and just tired of hearing you. He'll let it be known, he'll shove and things like that. But Edwin, I kind of figured out last week.
I missed a lot last week.
You missed a lot. When you miss a day, you miss a lot. Edwin is not a person. It's a dog.
Oh.
And so when they were warning us about it, I think that is the dog that they have up here to protect people. We put a device in there, and it kept telling us to beware of him. I guess they thought that the dog was going to jump on us or something.
You know, I had a feeling someone was being punished in here and was cowered in the corner and afraid of us. And I didn't say anything to anybody. And then later on, other people were saying the same thing that night, investigators.
Even the chief of staff for Weymouth, when I walked through the house with him one day, I said, how you feeling in this room, Ted? He's like, I'm not happy in this room. I feel like it's unfair, I'm sad. And I was like, follow your instinct, because that's telling you the story of the room. We might not have all the details yet.
Is he the one who told you about the chain?
No, that was a psychic medium that saw the little boy.
That was chained to the radiator?
Yeah, the girl that came with the August.
Oh.
Yeah, she saw the little boy tied over against where that radiator is over there in the corner. But she says he's severely autistic. She says, so it's not punishment, it's protection to make sure he doesn't go out and hurt himself. And then we discovered there's a man that watches over him, and that's the one you saw in the hall. His name is Lewis.
After we had a tour one night, we go around, we shut all the candles off. Christy was standing right about here, I was standing right there. And I had my camera, and I had this feeling someone was staring at me. And I turned, and it was a moonlit night, I remember. I turned and I looked into that closet, and I could see a silhouette in the window, and as soon as I looked at it, it disappeared.
One of the investigators took a snapshot of the hallway, and the laser grid was there, and you see this woman, a woman, at the end of that hall coming out of that area. That's a black shadow, but it's the form of a woman. And I told them, I said, that looks like Elizabeth Bennion, because the way she wore her hair up on top and stuff, it took the shape of her.
So George is the one that's chained to the radio?
Yeah, he's over there.
Okay.
This is where people get touched, is inside the closet. When I first got touched, it was, I stood in there and I shut the door during an investigation, and then this hand came over my shoulder and I could feel the fingers and everything. It was not rude, it wasn't trying to hurt me, it was just kind of acknowledging. Yeah, it was slapping things out of people's hands.
Wow.
Literally, a person walked in and they slapped something out of their hand and went flying across the room. And shoving them, you know, like put the hand on the chest and like shoving them back. We put this cross here
I do a routine.
on the wall because in the beginning, we weren't sure exactly what was happening or what was affecting people inside the space. There would be people that would just lose complete control because this is a religious house. That's where your mind goes. You think the family is so religiously devout. Maybe they brought people here that was having issues to try to use the power of prayer to fix them. So his name is George, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Georgie. If you're in here, there's a bunch of devices on the floor that you can touch and light up. If you touch that doll, she'll light up pretty colors.
You can play with her.
Play with her hair, and her face will light up. You don't have to be shy around us.
And he was 9.
Mhm.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
So we have another kid in here for you to talk to.
Hi, George. My name is Abby.
Georgie. He likes Georgie.
Okay.
We're sorry you were chained up. You're free now.
They said they did that to keep you safe. Were you running all over the place? No, that's gotta be downstairs. Is there someone out there?
They did say you were here, that too. What sounds like a bowling ball going across.
Yeah. Lewis, is that you keeping guard? We heard you like to hang out right outside this room. It's almost like you keep an eye on Georgie, make sure he's safe. No, that's downstairs. It's gotta be.
Yeah, because those are clear footsteps. Lewis, if you're out in the hallway, can you make the REM pod go off?
We have all kinds of devices for you to play with.
Georgie, if you're in that corner, that device over there lights up pretty colors, and then this device to my right lights up pretty colors as well.
Georgie, what if I knock? Do you think if I knock that you can maybe knock back for me? Ready?
You don't have to be a secret anymore.
Do you like songs, Georgie? Can you say hello? Lewis, can you say hello? We just want to talk, just want to say hello. Whose room is this? It's his? Who's his?
Is this Lewis?
He said yes. That was a male's voice. What's your name? You touched it? Do you want us to pray with you?
Can you finish can you finish the phrase, the Father, the Son?
The Holy...
Did that sound like it's a ghost? Holy, you said holy, it sounded like it's a ghost.
Did it say ghost or I was waiting for spirit? It said something, but I... Did you say ghost? Yes. Did you hear that?
Yeah, and at the same time, he said ghost. The temperature was fluctuating.
Jesus Christ. It just said Jesus Christ.
Right.
Okay, so you want to talk religion.
Amen.
Way out of practice here. I'm not gonna lie. Spirit. That one said spirit. Is there a spirit in here with us?
We are now in Edward's room. Edward, are you here with us?
You light up one of our devices, let us know you're here.
There you go, so you put the doll.
I don't think he liked dolls. He was an angry man.
Let's try that, Edward. Some more of your style.
This is probably the hottest room in the house, 80 degrees.
Is it? What can we do to get your attention?
Turn on that light right there.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah. They had them earlier.
Ah.
Edward, can you make this device go off in my hand?
You never know.
Do you like all these visitors in your house? We have a lot of people coming through today, causing all kinds of chaos.
Are you a people person?
Yeah.
We heard you like the socialization, the fun. What is
So
he?
this is Ed Wynn's closet where they kept the dog.
I think that's the last.
The go right here.
So we are about to head over to the tree where Daniel was found hung. And this is the tree, and they believe he did it due to sunstroke. Why, I don't know. But Christy believes that he was sleeping with his brother's wife, so his brother had hung him and made it look like a suicide, which could be very possible. So we have the REM pod set up. Daniel, I'm sorry, what happened to you?
Yeah, go stand over by the tree. Daniel, if somebody did this to you, touch that REM pod for us. Make it beep. Someone did that. That'll be your yes.
Daniel, did your brother murder you?
Daniel doesn't want to talk to us. Does anybody ever come out here and talk to you? Try to hear your side of the story?
Daniel, are you out here with us tonight?
Is this where they found you, Daniel?
If you hung yourself, can you tap that device that's in front of me? If you were murdered, can you tap that device in front of me?
That sounded like religious music.
Yeah, was that just church music?
We just got religious music. So, adultery is against religion. Were you committing adultery?
They say he climbed up the branches and hung himself.
Is that true?
If
Did you have the
that's,
story right?
the story's right, can you touch the device in front of me?
So, maybe the brother's wife was super religious, but had a secret affair with the brother. The other brother found out,
Yeah, because we are getting religious music on that spirit box.
And then
Well, it's against religion to cheat, too.
right. What was that? Sound like something a branch snap, right?
You heard a branch snap?
Yeah.
There could be animals.
Could be.
But it was right there, Abby, on the other side of Seneca.
Are you watching us right now?
It was such a tragedy, so it might be something residual here
Right.
versus something like an intelligent spirit. So we may not get anything. Maybe the guy's wife watched him get hung from this tree.
Maybe.
And that's
And
why
so
we're...
her energy of being so sad and
Yes.
devastated, I can't believe what I'm seeing right now, and that's what we're picking up on.
Because you're saying
Yes.
you're hearing a female, right?
Yes.
Yeah. If Daniel was murdered, and anyone knows what really happened to him, can you touch that device? Sure. That was a guy's voice, though. Can you touch it? Just put your hand on it. If Daniel's brother is out here with us tonight, can you give us a sign? If you murdered your brother, Daniel, can you touch that device? So my EMF meter is going off like crazy right here.
Are you coming over? Where's the other EMF?
Right underneath this branch.
Nothing scares me.
Abby's is going off.
Is this Daniel?
Gone.
If so, can you touch that device? Just so we know who it is? Wow. Let me keep walking away from the tree. Okay, as soon as I got over to the driveway, it stopped. Yeah?
Before she walked away,
I know.
there's a guy's voice that said, "You ain't gonna get him. You ain't gonna get him.
Really?
You ain't gonna get him."
You're gonna get him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as I walked over the driveway, though, the meter stopped.
Stop.
That was weird. Christy did say there's a major energy spike by this tree.
And it came up.
And there was.
Yeah.
All the way to the end of the driveway over there.
What? Something
EG of the dead? Or did it sound like you shouldn't tease the dead?
Yeah, something like that. Could be.
We're not trying to tease
We're
anyone.
just trying to find out what's going on.
We're not being disrespectful in any way.
We're just trying to know Daniel's story.
Alright, Abby and I will walk away and let us know.
He said, yeah.
Yeah, you did, yeah. So you feel more comfortable talking to the men? Is that because you were sleeping with your brother's wife?
We found out about it.
Did your brother catch you? Yes.
Yes. Oh.
How many times were you sleeping with her? You know, we would really like to know your story. If you hung yourself or if you were murdered. Alright, I'm sorry what happened to you. So we are entering the carriage house.
Watch your step, guys. So this is like the family had a pet cow named Molly, and Alan Emery Sr. had lambs. And so his pet lambs and stuff, I think, would stay out here in the stalls and stuff. And then the cool thing I was showing you guys earlier is they sprayed the tools on the wall. But if you look at that, a couple of these, you can actually see dogs, the forms of dogs inside of them. Like you can see the dog face right there.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
He's living old.
And of course, watch the nails coming out of the ceiling there.
So in the carriage house, these stencils moved when the other group was in here. And they heard on the spirit box a kid that said, "Come and find me." So he was playing hide and seek, and at the same time, that's when the meter was going crazy over by the tree. I heard you were playing hide and seek. We give up.
Are they wrong?
Can we play a new game? And touch those green dots? Is this Georgie who's here with us?
Just know you're here?
Can you move those stencils again?
Ancient.
So I'm about to go in this closet, shut myself in, and maybe someone will tap me. Good thing I'm not claustrophobic. Alright, I'm alone in here. Can someone touch me? Can someone show themselves? Come out of the closet? I'm waiting for you to make another wisecrack about that.
I mean, what do you want them to show coming out of the closet?
You gonna touch me?
I will say though, it has a totally different vibe being up here with you guys than when I was up here by myself.
You know what? Let's try removing the cross and see what happens.
That's on you, my friend. I'll sit here and watch, but I'm not partaking.
I don't think you have a choice. I know the door is closed. Alright.
The cross is removed now. Now can you come out and show yourself?
So we removed the cross. Can you show yourself to us? Can you knock?
Want to shut the closet door?
Yeah, do that.
Or touch one over?
You guys are so bad.
You have to go in the closet for that.
Yeah, but I could go in the closet to get touched, okay?
Okay.
7 minutes in heaven.
No kissing me, alright?
That wasn't 7 minutes.
I get touched or anything.
You didn't get touched?
I ain't a kiss.
You got kissed?
No, not even a kiss.
Oh, I was about to say, there's a dude in there. You got kissed?
So we're asking the questions. He has the headphones on in the closet.
With the spirit box hooked to him, so that's all they use.
Is Lewis or Edward among us?
You're in my room.
Can you tell us whose room this is?
Who are we talking to right now?
Take back.
Take back what?
Do you feel better that we remove the cross?
What is happening?
Do you know that you have passed on?
What's your name?
I'm Jen. What's your name? The flashlight just turned on in the hallway, guys.
What?
Did you turn that flashlight on for us?
I have.
Can you walk towards us?
Did you turn that off? Thank you. Thank you for the flowers. What is your name, sir? Can you name anybody else in this room?
Christine.
Good job.
Christy's
Yeah.
right there.
Who else?
So is Billy Graham here in this house with us tonight?
Are you the spirit that likes to touch people?
I have.
You have. Not you. Who do you want to touch?
I was you.
Light went on.
You? That's what
Very good. Can you touch this device though?
Touch?
Yes.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard one that he's not going to be able to do. In the South, we have a saying that I'd like you to finish if you understand. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't. Can you finish that sentence? Did he just laugh at me?
Yeah.
Good Lord willing, and the creek don't.
Check.
Check.
It's spiking right here. It's spiking again.
Put the flashlight back on.
Can you fully touch this device?
Feel my
You're doing good.
chest. Like my heart is literally like pounding, dude.
There we go.
Chris.
There we go. So this is going off right now.
Marco.
Hold up.
Sorry.
Oh, flashlight. That's what the cost
Yeah.
I said the same
Some
thing.
heavy energy in there.
Yeah, there's some shit going
There's
down
a
in
lot
here.
of people coming up here. That's okay.
Alright guys, let's bail to the hanging tree.
So you got a headache when you went towards that room?
As soon as I walked in.
There was a heavy energy because this was going off.
Yeah, but that happened to me earlier too when we were just on the tour.
Maybe the kid is attached to you.
Let's not think that.
We heard you like to try to lift up this table. Can you try to lift it up? Make it vibrate?
Come here. Vibrate.
I mean, the table is heavy,
Yeah.
so it'll definitely take a poltergeist to,
Move that shit around.
yeah. Come on, can you try to lift it up? Come on, focus your energy. Please try to lift up that table. I tell you what, how about if I leave the room? Will you lift the table up then? So while I left my camera rolling in that room, we're gonna walk around this entire house in thermal vision.
It's calling this one right here. For some reason.
Is it? Oh yeah.
Feel it?
Yeah, I see it.
Gosh. Yeah, pretty.
Well, it got a little warmer when you walked in here. Maybe your body temperature is giving off some heat.
Yeah.
But now it's really cold where you're standing.
It's just kind of chilly.
Yeah, I see that. Can you finish what I'm reading? This is pretty well, said the Pathfinder. Can you finish that last word? Can you say laughing? Temperature's increasing. Can you lift up the desk? Or pull one of the drawers out? It's not locked. So we're gonna leave the REM pod right there. We'll hear it if it goes off. she say you hear the phone ringing too on EVPs?
That's,
Yeah, let me go get the recorder then. Yeah, this phone is completely disconnected.
Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters! Why don't you call the phone number that's on there?
okay.
That's their.
Oh, that's a
phone
good
number.
idea.
And they've captured EVPs of the phone ringing?
Yeah, well, it comes through the software, like the spirit boxes and stuff like
Yep.
that. It'll ring through the spirit boxes. You hear a phone ringing,
So hopefully
It's
the
weird.
recorder will pick it up.
and it's not hooked up.
Now you know the struggle of what we had to do in the 80s.
And you had to stand there.
Yeah.
You couldn't go lay across your bed and watch Netflix or anything else. You had to stand where you are.
Timothy was thrown out of a horse and buggy.
Carriage, yeah.
And he's
And
not
then-
associated with this house, but he's been said to be seen in the
And but he
basement.
hides underneath the stairs. There's like this crawl area and stuff, and people have seen him, and the equipment activates near that area.
And that's in the
stuff.
basement.
And all we can think about is the story of the horse-drawn carriage that was traveling down this road that used to be here. At the bottom of the hill, it flipped over on the railroad tracks, and a little boy was killed.
Yeah.
Was crushed to death.
And she said he hides underneath
hides
these
under the
stairs.
And doesn't come out when there's people here.
Aww.
But he will activate devices.
I haven't, I put a cap all there, and I didn't have it go off.
No.
But it seems like when, again, a younger person is talking to them, or
Abby, try talking to Timothy.
Hi, Timothy.
You want to come out and say hi?
we're not here to hurt you.
Timothy, can you light up this cat ball? It has really pretty colors.
Do you want us to push it a little further in so you don't feel like you have to reach? You want to come out and play with Abby?
You touch one of them green dots, they won't hurt you. Timothy, we brought someone to play with you.
Hi, Timothy, you want to play?
Does it feel different in there?
No. You have Wendy?
Yeah.
Is it Wendy?
Okay. Turn it around.
Thank you.
We brought you a toy.
Here's a little doll that you can play with.
You play with the doll?
Her name is Wendy. Can you light her up? If you touch her, she'll make a noise. Timmy, we heard that you like to stay underneath the stairs. Can you let us know if you're here?
You don't have to be afraid. We're sorry about your accident.
Did you just need a moment to kind of get used to us?
We're gonna go, Timmy.
Have a good night. You want to say bye to Wendy? Here's the cat ball.
My name is Christy, and I'm here in this room with Nikki,
Seneca.
Rick?
And Harry.
Palazzo.
So in the room, we have some of our tools, our instruments. Over, maybe,
Flashlight.
yeah, you see the flashlight, you see that, you got that one. In the chair, there's a lovely doll. Can you kind of explain to them what that does? Can you turn the light out, please, completely? Step away and towards us. Come on. Can you turn that out now? Almost.
Come on, all the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
So Wendy's sitting in the chair over there. It's a little doll. If you touch her, she'll light up and make noise.
You also have this REM pod. If you touch it, it will light up pretty colors and make noise. You got green, amber, blue, purple.
All right, so is Miss Emory here? Is Marion Emery here? I'd like to talk to you, Miss Emery.
You have a nice house here.
It's hard to think.
I'm sorry.
Thanksgiving is coming up soon. Is that a tough time for you? Are the Binions present? Elizabeth? We know that Elizabeth was buried on Thanksgiving.
Oh, no, too. That's what she said. If Mr. Binion and Elizabeth are walking amongst us tonight, can you take a flashlight over here and flash it really bright 3 times? Turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. Can you do that if the Binions are here? 1. 2 more times if the Binions are here. What's up? What's up?
That's definitely not the Binions.
That is not the Binions.
What's your name?
2. Can you turn it off now? Doesn't work.
Can you have a seat
It's
in that chair with the flashlight?
Swim.
Oh, there it goes.
Is this supposed to be a woman's only room?
Correct.
Are you upset that there's guys in here?
They usually get a better response than when it's just women.
So who is it in this picture that we're looking at here? This very happy lady. Looks like she's on the front porch. What's her name?
So that's the one that's looking at the cameras, Mary.
Okay.
I don't know who the other people are. But that's this room, yeah. Not this table, but
That's in this room.
It's their table.
it's their table.
Those are nice pictures. Do you remember that day?
So they were here.
You're having tea. Tea and company. What holiday was this picture taken during?
It's right now.
It's right now.
It's right now, this time of year? It looks like it might be closer to Christmas. I could be wrong. Did you gather a lot with company in here? So is there anything else you want to talk to us about before we head out?
Can you say good night?
Thank you for letting us see. There's coffee.
Thank you so much.
God bless, God
That
bless.
was
Kiss,
so
kiss.
cute.
So, with the Emery house belonging to Alan Emery, a Christian businessman, and a retreat for Billy Graham, who was a Southern Baptist minister, that may explain why the rest of the Holy Trinity was spoken over the spirit box, and why we kept picking up religious music.
Do you want us to pray with you?
Can you finish the phrase, the Father, the Son,
The holy.
That sounded like religious music.
Yeah, was that just church music?
We just got religious music.
Now, when Chris was in the carriage house, he overheard a kid on the spirit box asking to play hide and seek. And well, we think it was Timmy who went outside to hide behind the tree, because the meter kept going off. Even Abby's went off once. So my EMF meter is going off like crazy right here.
Abby's is going off.
Mine's still going off. Okay, as soon as I got over to the driveway, it stopped. And we know that Lewis was in charge of watching over Georgie, but we believe he took on the role of watching over Timmy as well, because Nikki did hear a man's voice on the spirit box saying, "You ain't going to get him." So Lewis must have thought we were out there playing looking for Timmy too. Yeah?
Before she walked away,
I know.
there's a guy's voice that said, "You ain't gonna get him. You ain't gonna get him.
Really?
You ain't gonna get him."
Now, there was a high EMF reading. As a matter of fact, that meter didn't stop going off until I reached the end of the driveway. And the reason why is because not only was Timmy over there by the tree, Lewis was over there watching over him as well. Lewis has high energy. He can make objects move. Right before the incident, when everyone was in the carriage house, Christy was explaining to Chris how she needed a drink, and strangely, the stencils moved on their own, spelling out the word rum. And we know that Timmy was in the carriage house, so Lewis was probably in there with him playing with the stencils, and Lewis decided to be a prankster. And someone acknowledged over the Phasma box that the stencils moved, which would indicate that these spirits are very well aware of their surroundings inside this house. Now, in one of the more active rooms, we removed the cross, and then that meter kept going off, indicating a high energy, and it's probably from that entity that likes to shove people. Not to mention that Abby got a headache as soon as she entered the room, and Rick did explain that these apparitions get high energy when children come into the home. You know what, let's try removing the cross. Let's see what happens.
That's on you, my friend. I'll sit here and watch, but I'm not hurting you.
I don't think you have a choice.
So this is going off right now.
Said the same
Some
thing.
heavy energy in there.
Yeah, there's some shit going down here.
So you got a headache when you went towards that room?
As soon as I walked in.
They seem to like it when children come through the house. It seems to bring their energy up.
We also picked up an EVP in the basement after Nikki said, "You want to come out and play with Abby?" You can hear a man's voice that says, "Yeah." Now, we're not sure if this is Lewis answering for Timmy, but let's take a listen.
You wanna come out and play with Abby?
So the Emery house has a lot of intelligent hauntings. These spirits have a lot of high energy if they're able to move objects and to even push people. So if you think about it, this house was probably used to perform exorcisms on all the people that were brought in who were believed to be possessed by Satan. So evil may have just left its mark. So unfortunately, these spirits can't pass on. They believe that there's still work that needs to be done.